The power to split and merge matter. Here, this is for you. Be careful, it's just been baked and it's still hot. But trust me, it tastes best when you tear into it right away. This little trick is just for you, since we're good friends. Coming back home feels different, even though my house has been empty for so long. But the bread from that bakery still tastes the same. The last time I had it was when I won the laurel as the Blessed Maiden. Back then, the town was covered in posters of me dancing at the carnival. That dance. Would you like to see it? Back in the tower, I felt uneasy just hearing you mention it. But actually hearing a play about my life was utterly surreal. If you hadn't stopped me, I'd have jumped out of my seat and run away. When I was younger, I used to daydream about being the heroine in one of those adventure stories. But now that it's actually happening, it's nothing like I imagined. The poets of Ragusa have added so many embellishments. If they checked my scripture grades from the seminary, they wouldn't have written those extravagant lines about me. We meet again, righteous one. So, how was I? Was I helpful? I'm no longer the lost, confused girl I once was. Now, I stand ready to fight alongside you. This is the promise I made, and to honor it, I will sharpen this sword even further. Though it may never come to pass, if fate wills it, I will defeat you, as I vowed, and set you right. After merging Fleur-de-Lis, I finally understood why I hesitated when I first saw you as I danced on the water's surface. When you first arrived in Renacita, I could feel your presence. A strange joy surged through me. Deep within the tower, I wondered, what would the one who could both destroy and liberate me look like? Would you be a righteous knight, as in the legends, slaying me with your sword? I couldn't choose how I was born, but I could choose how I would die. And that, in itself, is a kind of happiness. You gave me that chance, God-killer. And the ending of this story is more beautiful than I ever imagined. The turmoil in Renacita is far from over. Born of mankind's ill will, Leviathan may yet rise from the raging currents of civilization's soul. I cannot stray too far from this land. Everyone has their limits, often bound by responsibility, and true freedom remains elusive. You and I are no exceptions. But the sword you wield was forged from our shared frequencies. It is a mark of our bond and a manifestation of my power. As long as you carry it, I will be your sword and faithful companion, ever present in the depths of your gaze. I love seeing people smile. That's why I adore the carnival and any lively occasion. The cheerful crowds, the joy in the air, the laughter filling every corner. I just love being part of it. Whenever that happens, I want to blend into the crowd, singing, dancing, and spinning, hand in hand with everyone. Whenever I transform into fleur-de-lis for battle, I have to constantly remind myself. My manners, my tone, everything has to be composed and solemn. Oh, it's actually really hard, you know. Truly. My favorite dish is Laura's salad, of course. It's not only delicious, it's also healthy. I'd gladly eat it for 3 meals straight. Huh? Oh, I wouldn't get tired of it. Not at all. The sweet viscum berries coated in dressing have the perfect crunch and flavor. It's easy to prepare, and even I can make the dish taste just right. I'm not really fond of fish. I don't know why, but every time I try to eat it, I just can't. Even my fingertips seem to resist. When I was little, my parents used to say I was picky. Living by the sea, there aren't many food choices, especially if you don't like fish. But I've never been able to get over this instinctive aversion. My current dream? I want to be a wandering knight, just like the ones in the stories passed down in Eggletown. A knight of righteousness, always ready to draw my sword in the face of injustice, then riding off in the most heroic way. Before the Order chose me to be the Blessed Maiden, that was my deepest wish. But now, that title no longer belongs to me. And it never will again. I must step away from the adoring gazes and become a nameless guardian. To that end, I've been revisiting the survival skills I once learned during my days roaming the hills. Oh, do you think you could help me come up with a new knight's name? Haltir is my sword, and my very first companion. In the stories passed down in Eggletown, every true knight always has a sword they hold dear. So when I got mine, I was overwhelmed with joy. Though I've wielded many swords since, Haltir remains the most precious. Every time I grip the hilt, I can feel that my heart hasn't changed. Even if it was a heart born from lies, I know that when given the choice, I will always choose to save. I was born from the Threnodian's curse and malice. It made me wear the crown, bathe in the glory of the Blessed Maiden, surrounded by the reverence of countless faithfuls. I fought against its false faith day after day, until I was finally overwhelmed by the tides. In that long slumber, those familiar prayers no longer felt warm, but cold and sorrowful. At one point, I thought I'd never want to hear them again. But after you saved me from the tower, I secretly visited Raguna City. Oh, then I knew. I've never resented the prayers of those longing for happiness. And to ensure these pure voices aren't twisted, there's still much I need to do, and can do. I took away the brilliant future she was meant to have. The future of being the Sentinel's true Blessed Maiden. All the goodwill and hopes placed upon me, and the power I now possess, all of it should have belonged to Cantarella. Yet, she never seemed bothered by it. Someone as mature as her must have already found her own path within the Visalia family. But still, I'll always remember that I owe her so much. So much. That girl has a kind and gentle heart. Duties aside, she always does her best to be there for others. Honestly, when it comes to knowledge of the Order's doctrines, I'm nowhere near as good as Phoebe. It's because of so many true and faithful believers like her that I find it difficult to reveal the truth to the people of Raguna. People turn to faith for many reasons, not just out of devotion to the Sentinel. To unveil such unsettling truths would bring forth countless difficult choices and challenges. As the daughter of Nantelli, she has really brought fresh ideas to the city. If this island were to stay isolated, the air would grow stifling. The people of Raguna need new ships, new horizons, and new discoveries. I'm not very skilled in business matters, though. My nanny in the Order always said I didn't even know how to haggle. If I ever get the chance, I'd love to learn a few tricks from Miss Carlotta. When I was a child, I used to beg the bards passing through town to sing me stories of knights. After I was freed from the tower, I wandered through a field one day, and the wind carried a piece of beautiful music to me. I stood beneath a tree in the distance, listening as Dracona sang a new poem, one with the melody of Eglatown's folk songs. In the blink of an eye, noon had already given way to dusk. The nature of the Threnodians' power to converge often makes me appear dangerous and unsettling after battle. But Lupa has never once recoiled. She never treats me as more or less than I am, and she has never distanced herself. She is honest, tenacious, and unwavering in her care of her friends. Even though I'm shorter than her, when not in my fleur-de-lis form, I still feel that I should take on the role of the older sister in our friendship. Happy birthday! You're probably wondering why I brought you here. Just look at the clouds, the soaring birds, the inverted tower, and the golden glow of the morning sun. As long as you hold my hand, I can guide you to float above the sea like this. That's fascinating, isn't it? Later, when the sun sinks into the ocean, the view will be even more mesmerizing. I used to stare at this every day from the tower, and I grew weary of it. But now, everything feels different, all because of you. I'm not the true maiden, and I don't have the power to grant blessings, but I still want to offer you my best wishes. May your heart's deepest desire come true. Today's story is The Great Battle Between a Righteous Knight and the Wicked Threnodian. And the victor is Cartethyia the Knight. Oh, smells so good. Time for a little nap. It's just a dream. Cartethyia, now a wandering knight. The Threnodians' malicious creation. The Order's unsuspecting laureate. The Defier, lost in the tides of fate. These titles, once portrayed in poems and books, have long since slipped from my grasp. As for what lies ahead, let's explore it together, Swordbearer. The crown of winds has been engulfed by the sea. Tell me, are you the one who summoned this blade? Now begins the knight's story. This sword shall follow your will. Ready to venture forth together? My swordsmanship has reached new heights. Can you feel it? The frequency of the wind. It's resonating between us. During my studies at the seminary, I knew that to uphold justice, I would need to work harder and sacrifice more than others to overcome the shadows that sought to destroy it. The power within me once terrified me. I wondered How monstrous I'd become if it consumed me. But such terrors have started to fade, with you by my side. The currents of fate pull everything into their depths. At times, as I drift in its grasp, I sometimes feel resistance. Everything I once achieved, every ounce of trust I earned, was consumed by the Threnodian. How ironic that the power I gained to protect others once served to sustain my nemesis. But I know I cannot let this fear hold me back. The Sentinel granted me life, and I must honor that blessing by guarding all that remains in their stead. Exonerate. Salvation. Atonement. Till the denouement. Ruin is imminent. Face your destruction. You won't escape. Quietus. Finality. March on. Betide. Into the depths. Engulfing currents. Cleave. Fall. Destroy. Purge the impure. Begone, wicked souls. Heavens, descend. Gales, purify. Sentence, befall. Torrents, rage on. Sounding the death knell. Tides, rise and crash. Oceans, bow before me. True form, revealed at last. Repent, for silence beckons. Windstorm, sweep all away. My blade, purge all evil. Furious tides, split the heavens. The fallen, embrace your end. Heretic, face your reckoning. Transgressor, laud your demise. Crumble, collapse, perish, flood. Disperse, vanish. Too reckless. If it's a duel you want. Worthless. Impudent. The trial isn't over yet. I won't back down. This sword shall not be shattered. A mere scratch upon my blade. Vexing malice. The haunting whispers return. I'm sorry. My quest ends here. Yet another long, dark dream. Echoes of turbulent waves. This sword lies broken. Such is their blessing. Charge forth with me. A divine envoy, then? What form do you look for? The knight's challenge has arrived. Shadows must be purged. I can fly too. My knightly instinct says this way. Just like the treasure chest from the stories. This should afford us more provisions. Let's call it a knight's great harvest. What is it you wish for? Fortune is on your side. Your wish for wealth is granted. Oh, smells so good. Today's story is the great battle between a righteous knight and the wicked Threnodian. And the victor is Cartethyia the Knight. Time for a little nap. dream. The power to split